All right, hello everyone. Let's go ahead and get started. Today we are going to be taking a deep dive into the 2025 Kentucky Derby, and more specifically the packages that we have to offer you and your clients. So my name is Katie and I'm with On Point Events. We are a full service tour operator for the most sought after sporting events in the world. So as well as Kentucky Derby, we also have some highlights here like Wimbledon every year. We have the World Cup coming up soon in New York, really all of the United States and Canada and Mexico. And then we also have the LA 2028 Olympics happening as well. So today's agenda, we are going to have a few takeaways that I want you all to leave here knowing today. We are going to kind of briefly go over the quote perfect client for the Derby. Going to really dive deep into the event as a whole, and as well as all the packages that we are offering to your clients. And then at the end, we'll go over some key questions to help ask your clients to qualify them and be able to get the most personalized proposal for them as well. Okay, so key takeaways for the Kentucky Derby. It is obviously an iconic bucket list event. We have secured top luxury hotels and high demand tickets. This is for all of our events, including the Kentucky Derby. We spend years in advance securing these relationships with these hotels and vendors. And so for Kentucky Derby, we really do have a fantastic customizable travel package. For you all, very important, 12% commissions. The average package price for two people going that we see is about $34,000, but then of course it can increase there depending on what kind of fun add-ons that they have, which we'll touch on a little bit later in today's webinar. But really great commissions that we can offer for you all. And we want you to leverage us as your partner, not just your supplier. So, not only do we offer great incentives for the commissions, but we are, experts in our field, and you can really leverage our knowledge to help best serve you and your clients. So who is the type of travelers that we typically see for Kentucky Derby? So it's really going to be any kind of sport enthusiasts and bucket list checkers. The Derby is such a long-standing tradition in the sport and racing world, so it really is that premier event. We also see that this is a great event for families and couples trips, as well as it just being a very popular corporate incentive program. We generally see small to medium sized groups going for some client entertainment and incentives. So this truly is just one of those type of events because it's so customizable that it really can be great for any type of client. So while we're going through this today, be thinking in the back of your head who you might know that could fit this type of profile. All right, so the basics about Kentucky Derby. It is a yearly event. It is always going to be held the first weekend of May. So the Kentucky Derby itself, that last race of the weekend, will be on that Saturday. It's considered the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. So while the whole event is really all week long leading up to the final race, which is the Kentucky Derby, the Derby itself is really only about 2 minutes, so it's a big wind up and lead up and build up of excitement. The Derby is going to be the first leg of the American Triple Crown. So the rider and the horse have to win the Kentucky Derby. Then they go on to the Preakness and the Belmont Stakes. They have to win both of those races to be the American Triple Crown winner. So if you know horses like Secretariat or more recently American Pharaoh, those are American Triple Crown winners. It's a very, very hard feat to accomplish. So that's why Kentucky Derby is so special, because it kicks off that long stint of races. Kentucky Derby is also a grade 1 stakes race for thoroughbreds. This basically just means that the purse is higher, so a lot more money to be won out of Kentucky Derby than normal races. Like I mentioned, Kentucky Derby is a full week of races in Louisville at Churchill. but we typically see clients wanting to go more towards Friday for the Kentucky Oaks and then Saturday for the Kentucky Derby. Both days are going to be full days at the track, generally starting around 10 a.m. and then Friday ends with the Kentucky Oaks, Saturday ends with the Kentucky Derby. The Oaks is for 3-year-old fillies, so the girl horses, and then in the Kentucky Derby you can have girl or boy horses. Also important to note that Louisville is on a citywide 3-night minimum stay. So all of our packages are going to be based around a Thursday through Sunday package. Sometimes we do see clients wanting to also come in on a Wednesday, which is totally fine if they really want to soak in everything that Louisville has to offer. But just note that the minimum for our packages will be a Thursday through Sunday, just since that is a citywide hotel mandate. Kentucky Derby is also just famous for mint juleps. It's that really famous drink. And then also stylish fashion. It is a true fashion show, which makes it just that much more fun. So for our travel packages, for all of our travel packages, including Kentucky Derby, we will always include lodging and tickets. We can also offer airport transfers and event day transfers. For Kentucky Derby, we can either offer a group shuttle to the racetrack or private transportation for those more exclusive clients. And then we also have multiple add-ons that we can include for tours and parties to really give your clients that next level experience, which we'll touch a little bit more on later towards the end of the webinar. But your clients will also have access to our on-site operations team should they need anything directly from us while they're there at Kentucky Derby as well. So today we are going to highlight 4 of our favorite hotels, but we do have multiple options downtown and neighboring areas for you to help choose from that will best suit your clients' needs and preferences. But today we'll just focus on 4. So the first hotel that we offer is the Omni Hotel. So this is going to be the premier option for those luxury travelers. This is absolutely the place to be. And since it's located downtown Louisville, that is the prime location that most clients want to be. The hotel itself already has great dining and amenities, but also surrounding in downtown, there are other fantastic walkable options for dining as well. So this is going to be our top option for those luxury travelers. The next step down from that will be Marriott downtown. So again, still in a prime location. It's only considered a step down because it is not as new as Omni. Omni relatively is a new property versus Marriott is just slightly little bit older. So that's the only reason why it's considered a step down. But it's still a really great option as it's in downtown Louisville, great location. Homewood Suites is going to be our recommendation if we have any larger party sizes, especially families. They have much larger occupancy standards for their rooms and different configurations. So still located downtown, not as nice of rooms as Marriott and especially as Omni, but if we do have those requirements for the larger party sizes, this is going to be the property that we recommend. And then one of my favorite properties is Tempo by Hilton. So this is not going to be located downtown, but rather in the Nulu district. So it's kind of that up and coming district, just neighboring downtown. Tempo is very, very new. It just opened during Derby of last year, so of 2024. So it will basically just be a year old by the time the 2025 Derby comes around. It's really, really great, combo for entry-level pricing paired with great amenities and walking distance of fantastic nightlife and dining options in the Nulu district. So I love this property. All right, so moving on to the racetrack. So Churchill Downs, that is the racetrack in Louisville. There are a few different considerations that you must take into account when we are deciding seating for clients. So the first thing is going to be the line of sight to the finish line as well as a view of the backstretch. So Some clients, it's really important for them to be right on that finish line. Others, not as much, just as long as they're still seeing action. They don't necessarily have to be right on that finish line. Covered seating is incredibly important because I cannot stress this enough, but Louisville is historically incredibly rainy and stormy on Derby weekend. So all of our packages include tickets that have covered seating. We don't offer any packages that these seats are not covered, because we have just found it is so imperative to the client's experience to have covered seating for Oaks and Derby. Seat comfort and stairs to get to seats is also something to consider, especially when understanding your client's preferences and accessibility needs. Some of the seats in the stands are going to be more of that stadium folding seats. Some are going to be, nice cushion seats at private tables. So just understanding what kind of experience your client is going to be wanting to get out of their seats. And then also important to note, for Churchill Downs, any reserved ticket is going to come with food and beverage options. Some areas are more of a concession type style food. Some are going to be more chef's table, a bit more elevated experience. But just know that all reserved tickets are going to already have food and beverage covered in those tickets. So if food is something really important to your clients, then we'll take that into account when offering where they should sit. So going into a few different areas we can look at today. So our entry-level seating is right here. So as I mentioned, we do not offer any packages that don't have covered seating. So this is going to be our entry level in the grandstands here. It is covered. And it also has a really great view of that last turn coming into the backstretch. So that is really where you're going to see jockeys making their final moves around that last corner to get to the finish line. So while you're not necessarily on the finish line, there's still plenty of action to be seen in this area. These seats are going to be that folding style, we'll see here. They are going to be the folding style stadium type seats, and they will also have concession type food available. And so as you can see here, like I mentioned, very rainy. You can tell in the background, there's definitely some storms brewing in. So again, imperative that they have covered seating. All right, our next seats are going to be a bit of an upgrade from those grandstands. These are going to be the clubhouse sections. Now this is considered an upgrade because you are going to be directly on the finish line. So those white columns there, that's going to be the finish line. So you are going to have prime viewing of the end of the race. Seating wise, they're going to be the same style seats as the grandstand. It's that folding chair, and concessions also the same. But you are going to have a better viewpoint of the finish line. Our next upgrade is going to be the Turf Club, as shown here. So that's just going to be a level above the clubhouse seating. And this is going to be a much different experience than outdoor grandstand seats. This is going to be completely indoors. There are plenty of seats and tables to sit in. There's TVs displayed. You can watch the race from the windows. And then there are also windows back here, if you can see, that look out onto the paddock area. Now that's going to be where the horses are about to mount up. It's where you're going to get really your last good view of the horses before they go onto the track. So especially if you have clients who are really interested in betting, then this is going to be a great area to put them, because they are going to get that last glimpse of the horse and then they can go run and put in their bets before the race happens. The dining in here is also going to be an elevated dining experience as well. This is going to be more of an interactive action station for Chef's Kitchen. It's not going to be that concession style dining. Then an upgrade from the Turf Club is we have here, just sitting on top of Turf Club, we have the 4th floor Millionaire's Row. So difference between Turf Club and Millionaire's Row is these tables are going to be reserved tables for the clients all day. You're also going to have access to go just outside onto these tiered terraces. So a lot of clients will stay, in the AC or the heat, depending on what the weather is. They'll stay inside during all the lead up for the race because there is quite a bit of downtime in between races. They'll stay inside, eat, drink, and then when it's time for the race, then they'll head outside to watch from these terraces. Same type of dining as the Turf Club with that kind of interactive chef's table as well. Okay, so moving on from the race, something that helps set On Point events apart are our additional experiences that really make your client's full trip unforgettable. So for Derby, we have access to an exclusive backside stable tour. This happens on Oaks Day, so that Friday. We will pick up your clients bright and early from their hotels and bring them to the backside of Churchill Downs. They'll see owners and jockeys and trainers and the horses really getting race ready for the day. We will give them a little bit of light breakfast, and then we also have a professional handicapper join them on the tour so that they can be taught all about the ins and the outs of picking and wagering the best bets for the thoroughbreds for the races. So fingers crossed, hopefully, the clients aren't losing too much money during race weekend and actually winning money with our professional handicapper to help kind of guide them along the way. So this is a fantastic experience that's included for all of our Derby packages. All right, we also have a few other additional experiences for our clients who really want to see what makes Louisville and Kentucky so iconic. So for our folks who haven't had their fix on thoroughbreds just through the races, we can take them out to a private thoroughbred farm to really get to experience all that goes into making the horses before they even hit the track. They can see cute foals and broodmares and really understand the whole process of what goes into making a successful racehorse. We can also take clients to a bourbon distillery, to their favorite distillery, see what makes Kentucky bourbon just so famous. All right, then we also have a few different Kentucky Derby VIP parties that we offer. So Taste of the Derby is a really fun option for clients on the date of their arrival, coming in on that Thursday. This is going to be a food-driven party, so great local chefs come in, some live music. This is also very convenient for any of our clients who are staying downtown because it's held at the Convention Center downtown Louisville. So it's within walking distance of their hotels, which makes it very popular. The Barnstable Brown Party is going to be our most popular party that we offer for our clients. It's also known as the Celebrity Party. So it is a charity event for the local Louisville diabetes charity. And so the clients get absolutely dressed to the nines. It is a black tie event. They can either sit at a non-reserved seating table, a VIP seating table, or they can even sit at a table with celebrities. So that one is very popular and very fun. And then last we have the Winner's Circle Party. So this is going to be after the Kentucky Derby on Saturday night to celebrate the trainers and the jockeys and the horses and the owners, really the entire team that has created the winner of the Derby. It's going to just be able to keep that party going all night long with some past apps and an open bar. Right, so to help wrap everything up here and give you a bit of an understanding of what these packages might cost, we do have a breakdown here with those hotels that we touched on today. So what's included in our packages will include that 3-night stay in these hotels, our entry-level grandstand seating, so those first seats that we took a look at that are going to be on that back stretch by the last turn of the race. Also going to include our exclusive backside tour of Churchill, private transportation to get them to and from Churchill on Derby Day, official commemorative gifts, and then also access to our on-site team support. To help wrap up everything that we have touched on, because we have touched on quite a few things to understand from your clients to be able to get them to that most personalized proposal. I have everything laid out here. So again, remember the dates of travel, 3-night minimum stay, Thursday through Sunday, but we can, add on that 4th night if they want to come in early on Wednesday. Also important to understand what is important to them at the race. Is it going to be the food type? Is it going to be the view of the track? Is it going to be their seating? What is it that they are wanting to get out of race day? And then what else do they want to do while they're in for the Derby? Do they want to add on going to a distillery? And then of course the big question, what is their budget? And just to reiterate, we do have that 12% commission for you all, or net rates for all of our travel packages, including the Kentucky Derby. So if there is one thing that I want you all to walk out of here knowing today, it is to let us help you. I don't expect you all to become Derby experts within the 30 minutes of this webinar. That's what we're here for. So to help you be successful, here are some key tips. So first, you've already watched today's webinar, so you can check that off your list. But we are always hosting webinars to give you all the most up-to-date news and offerings in the sports world. So stay up to date with your emails for things coming out. You can also go back and watch pre-recorded webinars as well. Those live on our website under the Travel Agent tab. Also on the Travel Agent tab, we have some white label brochures for all of our event packages that we offer. So those are really great resources if you want to just download them straight off of our website. If you have a client that you know who wants to go to some sporting event that we don't have white label materials on our website, just reach out to us and we'll work with you to be able to get them something. So, like I have mentioned, leveraging us as your partner, not just a supplier. So again, with the white label brochures, we are here to help you. Leveraging our knowledge and expertise in this sports realm, we are more than happy to do a consultative 3-way call between you and your clients. That way we really find we get the full understanding of what they're wanting for their trip. We can manage their expectations, and we can also offer some experiences that maybe you don't know of and maybe we haven't touched today. So just really being able to get us in that open communication will help you and your client get to that expedited, personalized proposal. And then also understanding that major sports travel have major price tags to match. When you have clients that may be hesitant to share their budget because they, quote, don't even know what it would cost. We hear that a lot. We use a bracketing technique to help us really get them to understand just base level costs. So you'll see in all of our marketing materials, we have a starting out price and then we also have an average price. So this helps, again, manage those expectations of what it can cost just right out the gate, but then also it gives them the understanding of this is more realistic average price of what our clients end up walking out with after we talk through all the fun experiences and add-ons that they can have. So a few common questions that we end up getting when talking about Kentucky Derby and also just about our travel packages. Do you only sell full travel packages, or can we buy tickets or backside tours only from you? So like I mentioned, we are a full service tour operator, so we will only sell full travel packages. We will not sell our backside tours only because those are an exclusive offering that we have for our clients who get our packages. What deposit do you require and what is the payment schedule? So a little bit depends on when you book. Generally we see if it's 6 months out from the event or more, then we will do a 25% deposit down, and then we can split it up for equal payments of 25% from there. But then of course that deposit might increase the closer that we get to the event of when you book. What is the attire for a Kentucky Derby? So depends again a little bit on where your clients are sitting. Even though they'll be undercover, if they are outside, you want to dress a little bit more for the elements. But generally in the inside venues, then we will see upscale dressing, so jackets for men, and then of course for the ladies, the big fashionable hats. Also really fun to note, so Kentucky Derby is the quote run for the roses, and so the horses will get roses at the end of the race as the winner. Well, on Friday night for Kentucky Oaks, if you have clients going to the Oaks, it is lilies for fillies. Since it's the girl horses running, everyone wears pink. So if you want your clients to really fit in with the locals and be super festive, if they're going to the Oaks, I definitely suggest wearing pink. What transportation options are you offering in your packages? So for Kentucky Derby, we do have 2 options for getting to the races. They can either take a group shuttle, or we do have private transportation that we offer for them as well. Commission rate and when is it paid? We do offer that 12% or net rate commission, and then checks are often cut within 2 weeks of the event ending. And then do you have packages for other sporting events? Absolutely. So we have packages for Masters and Wimbledon and French Open and US Open and Ryder Cup. We have the World Cup coming up and the Olympics. Really anything major sporting events that have that hard to get ticket, we have packages for that. So I just want to thank you all for watching today. Please reach out to us if you have any questions, or if you have any clients who are interested in going to the Kentucky Derby, and stay tuned for more webinars on the way.